Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2, where we have been working on this region up over here, and now we need to get our highways put in, and that shouldn't be too bad, all things considered. We'll see how it ends up going, of course. How I think it's going to go and how it goes is generally two completely different things. But for now, let's grab ourselves our highway here. Let's go up to, hang on, 10-meter elevation. There we go, and I want to extend this out only along the angle snapping. Okay, we'll drop pillars in each of these locations here. I don't know about this. Okay. I was suspicious, and I was right to be. So, looking back here, this is considerably skewed this direction. This is as well, and this would have been. So clearly, we need to go back to at least here. I think we exited this highway incorrectly. So we need to go back and take care of this section of highway. That shouldn't be too bad to do. We'll just get these taken care of real quick here. Remove this roundabout. Remove any of these on-off ramps that we've got over here. And that just takes us up to here, because clearly there was an issue, right? No doubt about it. The Cypress Highway can be knocked back a little bit here, but broadly we need to rebuild it from here. And I can also see there's a little bit of an angle issue here, but I'm not going to be too upset about this one. This one, on the other hand, that was a problem. So we're going to bring this out from here. I'm going to snap only to angle. Thank you very much. And we can see we are already on a different heading here. And yeah, I can see there's a 1 degree issue here, but I'm not too concerned about that for the moment. I want to be on this side. Yes, this is the angle that I want here, I think. This is not more correct. This is not more correct. Hang on. It's actually the other way. We want it to be lined up with this. Okay. We can do that. We can have it be lined up this direction. So I'd like to drop the pillar here. Yeah. This is the way that we want to go here. So we drop a pillar here for the time being. This is going to be a little bit awkward over this way. There's actually a lot of awkwardness going on here. Okay, I'm going to take out this section of highway for the time being, and we'll reconstruct that as well. I just want to bring this guy through for now, snapping only to angle. Thank you very much. And I'd like to bring this up. We're going to need to elevate it a fair amount here, right? Because we need to have this come over here. Yeah, that's going to be a little on the awkward side there because of the altitude of this road. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to snap this out over this way, right? So it needs to be here. And then it needs to be brought into here, and then brought in over this way. Now, that's currently giving us overlapping items, but this is acceptable. That's 179 degrees. Hang on. We were snapped to the geometry, though. Well, this is the altitude that we need, right? So we can make sure that this is... Snap only to angle, please. Okay. That slope too steep. That's overlapping items. I see. Okay, I see what we've got going on here. Yeah, that's going to be a bit problematic for us. No doubt about it. So if this is not snapping directly to this position, right? So we need this to be at 180 right here. And then this would come out snapping only to angle right now. Like that. And then this broadly can connect in over here. like that. I don't know that that's perfectly positioned, but it does navigate the hill. And that's probably good enough. So now let's do this only angle snapping. This is overlapping items here. Okay, we've got some more hill issues here. So I guess we're going to have to do that again over this way. I did not expect this to have this many hill issues. Okay, so that would mean connecting here. That is actually snapping to the right position, I believe. So that's good. And then we could snap this here, then here, then here. Okay, now we're cruising. I like it. That is much better. That is much, much, much better. So next, we would bring this out, snapping only to that angle. Thank you very much. Okay, so something like that. Now we need to get roundabouts in. Hopefully these just go in without any issue. But we do also need to get this section of highway reconstructed. So I would like to just bring this guy in like so, right? But we need to bring it in... Snap only to angle, please. Okay. That's giving slope too steep. And then this out here isn't straight. That's exciting. That's very exciting. So if we bring this in straight, this is now showing as lining up here, but that is slope too steep if we come in at that angle. We can come in at not quite a straight angle. Oh, this is obnoxious. Okay. But it works fine if we just don't snap it to anything but angle. Okay. Sure. So that works. That works okay. We can knock this back to here. And then I'm looking at the zone grid here. It looks okay on the one hand, but yeah, that's overlapping items there, which isn't surprising to me. We might need to raise up this position here a little bit, right up over here. So I'd like to take this to an elevation step of about 11.2 meters. And snap only to angle, please. That's the angle, huh? Interesting. That angle does not feel exactly correct. Do we want to rebuild all of this? Not really. So I think I'm just going to say it joins in over here. So we're just going to bring it out. I'd like to just bring it directly in, honestly. So maybe what we need to do here is turn this snapping back on. And we snap it to here. And then that just kind of self-corrects there. It's definitely not ideal, but it'll do. If I decide to go back and change it, we can always do that. But that'll do for now. So now, can we get a roundabout in here, is the question. That is slope too steep on this side primarily. Okay, we'll take that out of there for now. And then this goes in. It's still slope too steep over here. What if we just took out that section? Okay, that's a little awkward, but we can actually just put this in like that. And now it should be okay. But there's definitely a lot of imprecision that happens with the snapping. There's no doubt about that. So at this point, what we need to do, right, is bring this guy in about like that. But we need to have this snapped to the geometry here. And then only snap to angle. And have it come in like that. Then we need to do the same thing up here. Snap to geometry here. And then only angle. Okay, that's giving overlapping items, but we can bring it in here. That's now slope too steep. Okay. What happens if we take this section out here and we bring this in, snapping from here, then only to angle. Can we bring it in to here? That really doesn't like this positioning. Here is the best that we can do and still be heading downwards in slope. What do we need to be at to not be at slope too steep? Well, as a theoretical question, what happens if we take this out and we build it out from the roundabout? That might be a theoretical option here. So we build it out this direction, right? And then that'll end up coming up over this way. And I want to snap this only to angle at this point. And then we can raise it up a little bit. That slope too steep. That's overlapping items. Wait. This is a viable position. Then we can link that in over here. Like that. You know what? It works. We'll allow it. So that'll be fine. And now, of course, we need to get all of this reset. And we need to get these on-off ramps built. So we're going to bring out a ramp from about here. And then in about... a little further than that. In about here. Looks good. We can get our left turns disabled. There we go. And then up over here, we can hop down over this way. Sure, that'll do. And then in over here. Sure, that'll do. Is this connected? It's the house that's not connected. Okay, that's fine. So the house not being connected is not the end of the world here. Let's just get rid of our left turns. So no left turn here, no left turn here. Phenomenal. Next up over here. So this is apparently going to be a longer project than I thought, since we had to rebuild this section here. This is where we could start to run into some on-off ramp issues here. That is simply overlapping items. That's only a pillar issue there. So what if we brought this back? This is a very long ramp, but it does function. Okay, that is horrific. We're not going to be doing that. That is... no. That is not what we're going to be going for here. We're going to bring in this guy potentially over here. I don't know. I want this to be kind of shorter ramps, to be honest. So maybe about here. That might do the trick, actually. Yeah. It's not super symmetrical, but it'll do. There we go. And then next up, of course, is... hang on, what am I doing? I need to turn these around. Okay. Apparently, I am not very good at this today. Fantastic. We're going to bring this guy up over here. That slope too steep. So it's going to be a little bit tougher over here, but we can see we previously had them built over here, right? So in theory, we should be able to cram something in over here. In theory. That's a 27% grade. Hang on. Was that something that we could do? No, that's still slope too steep. Okay, let's try taking it out over this direction and seeing. Yeah, that's not slope too steep at all. So, this is the problem here. Gotcha. This area needs to be smoothed out a bit. And let's see about rerunning this road through here. This whole area is a little bit elevated here. Noted. Okay, let's try to just run this road straight on through here and see what happens. That is better on that road. I like it. So that'll do, and then we can get our on-off ramp going here, in theory. Now, we'll have some slope too steep issues. This is probably going to need to be pretty wide out over here. That's a 22.6% grade there. Uh-huh. It's going to be tough over on this side, I think. So, to that end, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, unfortunately. I would not prefer to do it this way, but here we are. So we'll just run that through there. And we will bring this road out over to about... Well, actually, this section of highway needs to be redone. This is going to get spicy. Okay. This is going to get really spicy. So I think that we need to take it from this side up over here. That was definitely not anticipated that this was going to be anywhere near like this. Okay. So this section is going to need to come in somewhere down over here, right? But problems ensue because this is a huge, huge elevation change. That's the core issue there. But from here, we can build this road out to like here, right? Unfortunately, we have a pillar here, which is exactly where we need it to not be. But we can bring this road out to here as a temporary structure. Then we can bring this highway over and drop our pillar. I want to snap only to angle here. Drop our pillar right on the other side of that. Then we can use that to construct our on-off ramps here. So in theory, we can bring this guy up over here, and then this guy over here. Okay. So with that done, now we just need to get this reconnected. And of course, we can get rid of this area here. I want to use the slope tool, grabbing this height, and we'll put in a slope here, and then grab this height and put in a slope here. And we'll see about connecting up this road. That works. And then this highway. I don't know that this is going to work, but we can remove this section of the highway, and maybe that gives us enough space to work with. Maybe. We still need to be 10 meters up, right? So that would mean dropping this down to be about here, but I want to change our elevation step. So let's bring this here, but I want to drop it down as much as we can, which is here. Then we look to bring this guy in, right? That is a huge elevation change there, and I'm actually surprised it allowed us to do that. But even that's a 36% grade. Yeah, overall, I don't think that this is going to be a thing. So what we need to do here, I think, is we need to get rid of this section of highway, and we need to construct this out. So I want to bring this back up for now to 10 meters. And then I want to bring this over, right? And we need to drop a pillar, angle snapping only. We need to drop a pillar right on the other side here, but I want to drop it as low as we can, which is here. From there, we're interested in bringing this in. That's a 27% grade. Yeah, that's going to be tough. So I think what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to take out this roundabout, and we're going to have to connect this in here. And we're just going to have to increase the height of the roundabout is, I think, the only answer here. So that is slope too steep there too. So we're going to have to take this section out, and we're going to have to just connect it up from here all the way up to here. That functions. Okay, now we're going to take out this section of highway and this section of highway, and we're going to see about getting these connected up. This is a lot of terrain here, or a lot of lack of terrain. That might be a better way to put it. Okay, I want to bring this out, angle snapping only. Okay, we're going to need to bring this up and connect it in here. Then we're going to need to connect this over here. And if I recall correctly, we know that this is going to be slightly awkward in its angling, but I'm okay with that for now. Okay, now can we get in a roundabout here? Actually, that worked. I'm a little surprised that that worked. I expected to have some height issues on that roundabout, but I'll take it. That is absolutely wonderful. We'll get that fixed. No problem there. There's some left turns over here that shouldn't exist either. There we go. Yeah, that just worked. Okay, now I do want to remove some of these areas out over here, right? So I'm going to remove anything that currently exists inside of this block because I want to work a bit on softening out this terrain here, maybe even grabbing the slope terrain tool here and just putting in a slope kind of like this, and then softening this edge of that slope. About like that. Okay. Hopefully that will prevent some issues in the future, but I don't expect that to prevent too many. Okay, now let's get back to building these. This has definitely taken longer than anticipated. There's no doubt about that, but I mean, we did run into issues, so I guess it's fine. We always have considerably different angles here, which surprises me. I guess it's because we're going like something more like this, right? Because I bring this up to like here and then build it in. So then in this case, we should bring this out to here and then build it down. But that does create a different angle. Interesting. Well, it doesn't really matter. We can have this be a different angle if we want it to. I do see there's some slope too steep going on here, which is, you know, non-ideal. That is very non-ideal. That's a very invalid shape. Okay. So this is very much slope too steep. We just need to spread this out a little further, I think. Maybe building it in from this side would work a little bit better. Overlapping items only? That's just a pillar issue. We can just put this in here. And then take this guy up and put it in about here as well. Again with the different angles, but that's okay. We're going to need to flip the directionality of this guy, of course. There we go. And no left turns from here or here. Cool. So that'll do for now. This needs to be a roundabout. There we go. And then on-off ramps over here. In theory, we should be cruising at this point. And that is indeed the hope. We're going to have a pillar issue on the other side here. That's a little unfortunate, but we'll just bring this in here, and then this guy will come out over here-ish. Sure. Yeah, see, this side gets so much tighter in. So I guess we build it like this then, and then flip it around. Even that's, you know, considerably different. But I guess that's fine. Each of these do kind of need to be bespoke, so it'll be something along the lines of that. And then this guy up over here, we want to be in curve tool. That would help. And that's going to be a pillar issue, I think. So we're going to need to bring this guy in here and then this guy in here. Cool. No left turns here. I keep trying to go to the parking tab for some reason, but that's okay. Now we're going to get our roundabout in here. No problem. Okay. We finally got this highway done. That was considerably more difficult than anticipated. No doubt about that. Let's get this one done here as well. This should, in theory, go considerably easier. Assuming that we don't run into any more angling issues, although this is pretty decent as far as the angle goes, I think. So it should be reasonably fine. Yeah, it looks okay.
A housing shortage is
and then we're going to bring that right on through like that. Okay. Next up, we're going to get this roundabout put in here. There we go. We don't need to do this one until we have cross streets, so that's fine.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage
okay.
is bad
Let's get
for the
this
economy
brought
to
in.
live here, right?
Humans are
Up over here.
to desire certain
There we go.
representations within ideological reward structure,
No left turns.
which are entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed.
Excellent.
For
And then
example,
this guy
under
up over
the
here, of course, for our off ramps. So no big deal here in theory.
By certain metrics, perhaps yes,
Cool.
in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing
By
is the
certain
study
metrics
of
in the short term,
statistical
I like the sound of
abstraction
that.
and
I
its
don't know
effect
what this
on the
discussion
human
is. It
Thank
comes
you,
up pretty
Professor.
often on the radio, but it's kind of insane sounding. I don't know what they're talking about. I haven't really listened to it, but it definitely comes up a lot, and I kind of wish there was a way to turn the announcers off because they just kind of say the same things over and over again, but here we are. It's fine. So we're just going to get another set of off-ramps over here. Looks good. That'll do. And no left turns. Okay, so that is this highway done. Unfortunately, it's time to put a cut in already. We only got 2 highways done. That is sad. Very sad indeed. This one was supposed to be the hard one. This one ended up being a little bit on the complicated side. What do we got going on here? This is wrong. Okay, let me fix this quick. This is definitely wrong. What are we doing? Okay. So this comes out over here, goes in approximately here. Invalid shape overlapping items, that's a pillar issue. Okay, this'll do. And then we bring it in over this way. There we go. No left turn here, no left turn here. That's more like it. Okay, fantastic. So next episode, we're finally going to finish this highway project. This has definitely taken longer than anticipated, but we are absolutely going to get this done next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.